How's it going, y'all? Today I'm going to be going over my 4-6 defense and everything about it. That includes how I set up my lineup, the abilities I run, how to actually set up the speed formation, personnel adjustments, substitutions, and then on-field adjustments. First things first is how I set up my lineup. As you can see here, my backup outside linebackers are better than my starting outside linebackers. That is simply because when you do the speed package, it puts your cornerback 3 and cornerback 4 at outside linebacker. It's a bit of a glitch on EA's end, so when you put the corners there, it completely removes your starting outside linebackers from being used in this formation. You could sub them back in at outside linebacker, but then you can't put the corners back there, so I don't recommend doing that. You'll be stuck with outside linebackers on the field the entire game. Alright, so next up is abilities. I've got Acrobat on Cam Chancellor, Lurker on Ray Lewis, Acrobat on Ed Reed, Marlon Humphrey, Marcus Peters, and Deion Sanders. And then this is the last kind of 3 AP are up to you. I like Enforcer and Strip Specialist for my user, but it's completely up to you. You could also get away with only running 4 Acrobat. Instead of putting this 2 AP on the last Acrobat, you could use that for some pass rush abilities. I don't like any pass rush abilities right now. They just don't really seem to work for me. When it comes to like the on-field personnel, what I do is the 2 backup outside linebackers, I stick them at defensive end. Then for my defensive ends, I put them at D tackle. I leave Haloti Ngata at defensive tackle. He's pretty fast and thick, so like pretty good against the run. He's not a liability on the field. Your user is going to be whoever you want at free safety. There's going to be a couple opportunities where you can try and catch your opponent off guard by trying to use your middle linebacker or a couple corners that are at outside linebacker. Alright, so now I'm going to load up practice and we'll get into that. Alright, real quick while I'm loading in, I want to point out the playbooks that 4-6 normal is in. It's going to be in the 4-6 alt defense, which is the one I use primarily. That's also in Bengals, Colts, Cover 2, and the Eagles. So any of those playbooks, if you're familiar with those, or those are the ones you run, you can kind of work this in as well. Alright, so I'm here in practice mode. I always have auto flip off by default. I will manually flip if I feel the need to. I will flip to keep my middle linebacker on the short side of the field, and then I will use her on the wide side of the field. Then I'll come over here. I put flats on 5, curl flats on 15, and hooks at 10. This is really up to you. This is just my personal preference and where I like my curl flats to play. So then go to formation, 4-6. It's over to the left once to normal. Then you're going to move the right stick once to the right for speed. Simple as that. That's going to automatically put the corners at outside linebacker. Then you hit the right bumper. I'm on Xbox. I'm pretty sure it's very similar for PlayStation. And then it automatically puts you on your defensive end. These are going to be the backup outside linebackers. I didn't reorder the depth chart. I'll stick away here. I'll put Glass Campbell here. Pernell McPhee here. And then I'll put Madubuike right back there. So that's just the D-line adjustments. Here's your middle linebacker where you should have Lurker. Unfortunately, you can't put a safety here at all. This is going to be your user. I'm actually, just for the purpose of this, putting Chris Westry here. So then, as you can see here, the primary play I call is cover 1 hole. Fire Zone 2 is what I put at my Y audible. I think that's triangle in PlayStation. I'm probably wrong. There's a cover 3 match. There's a stock cover 3. Cover 2 invert I like for not goal line, but some red zone. And Fire Zone 3 I will call in every now and then to mix things up. Alright, so I'm going to call cover 1 hole just so you can see where everything's lined up. Let's see, are there any... There we go, gun bunch. We'll do gun bunch verticals so you can see kind of how everything's lined up. So right here, Jimmy Smith is on the running back. Tavon Young is on the tight end. All right, usually it's flipped. Oh shit. All right, I thought I would have some time to keep making adjustments. All right, so I use the free safety. I slant my D line out. I put my middle linebacker in a curl flat over there. And if it's a mobile quarterback, I will QB contain. If I think it's a pass, I will pass commit. If you think it's a pass, I would definitely recommend slanting your D line outside. If you think there's a run, I would always slant it to the side of the field that the running back is on. So the running back's on the left, I'm going to slant to the left. This, if it's an inside zone, you can easily fill in this gap and stop the run. All right, so now I'm going to stop making adjustments so the play goes on. I'll come here, try and pick up anything, and I put my coverage to the inside. That helps with slants. If they're running like out routes, you can go to the outside. If you think they're gonna bomb you, you can always just shade over top. I just prefer inside. That's what I've always done. You kind of come here. All right. So now I'm gonna show you how I run Fire Zone 3. This A corner, the cornerback 3, I kind of put them wherever I want. This is also an opportunity where you can switch your user. If it's a mobile quarterback, you can put them in a spy. If they're throwing to the running back a lot or the tight end, you can put them in a flat. What I do most of the time is I put them in a vert hook just to stop like seam streaks or anything. But you could also try and user them here. Just throw them off, put them in a blitz, stop making adjustments. I honestly didn't think Ben would throw that, but whatever. So like if I wanted to, I could go to Fire Zone 3, throw him in a hard flat, and then now he should play the running back, and I'll use it the free safety and that. Yep. Okay. Apparently that's the best running back ever. What you can also do is you can man up this corner. So I'll like stick him on the tight end or something, so it'll stop against seam streaks. You could also man him up against like the running back, and then just play normal cover 3 behind it. Cover 2 invert. What I'll do is I'll stick my middle linebacker in a curl flat. Most of the time I'll keep this vert hook here, and if you are going against this verticals play, probably stick them in an outside third. You could also stick this in a inside third, and then user here. So have kind of like a cover 3 shell with this cover 2 invert. Stick them in a curl flat. Put this guy in outside third. Put Westry in an inside third, and then just kind of use it right here. There we go. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm loading into a game of Weekend League. Just kind of show some clips of this in action against a real person, not just the computer. I'm not going to post like a whole gameplay right now. This is supposed to be kind of short and to the point, not a lot of fluff. I kind of forgot to record, but right there, my acrobat on Ed Reed went crazy. So I was able to pick off a little crosser route. Alright, well I'm back on defense. Alright, so here I'm going to try and switch things up. I'm going to cover the fire zone. I mean, good read, just threw it where it was open. Alright, I was not expecting run there. Damn. Alright, just threw it right under my curl flat. See, even then, this person is very smart, and they're sprinkling in the run. So like I'm not prepared for it when it does happen. But just having some big defensive linemen down there was nice. There we go, Marcus Peters. Oh, there we go. Back on defense already. I mean, I'm basically just doing the same thing. If it is a run, I'm shooting right here in front of me. Nope, it's not. Okay. So you're going to want to, if it is a run, you're going to want to shoot the A gap. For those that don't know, the A gap is on either side of the center. You're going to want to shoot the A gap that doesn't have a defensive tackle right in front of it. I honestly didn't think he was going to get that off. Oh, shit. I only have a 10-yard curl flat. This might not go well. Come on, Cam. Going back to 15 real quick. I honestly can't believe Cam didn't play that. Alright, so now, see, I shifted my defensive line towards the running back. Oh, they're audibling. But the same thing. Keeping my middle linebacker on the short side of the field, slant the D-line towards the running back. Okay. Alright, so now I'm really just trusting Ray Lewis over there. Alright, so here I'm kind of throwing Justin Houston curl or in a hard flat just to help protect the flats. There we go. Back on defense. Expecting some kind of crosser from the right to the left. There we go, Cam. Alright. Thank you.